It's time for another tale from the glass-guarded world. Ashley plays Terradane, the human fighter. Josh is Zartok, the tiefling wizard, and Gaston, the rogue and bard. Jessica is Coral Petrichor, the Genasi druid, and Mama Sass, the half-orc bard and barbarian, and Sylphonia, the summoned Pegasus. Chris plays Aster Fortuna, the half-drow rogue and bard extraordinaire. Last time, the party continued talking about what to do next, but they finally decided to visit Ronthrak to get the final components they needed to reincarnate Gerlos. They've landed at the farm the party purchased for the refugees they rescued from the slavers. Now, it's just a simple matter of walking into the city, getting the components, and casting the spell. What could go wrong?
You have landed at this farm, and the people there, the residents of the farm, the farmers, come out to greet you. They offer you some food. Old man Carcarios comes out. He's happy to see you. He gives Coral a hug. Do you want to stop for a while to take a break, or do you want to head straight into town?
Coral is very single-minded and wants to head in.
Okay, well, it's fairly early in the morning. It is around, 10 a.m., let's say. Not super early, but, reasonable time. You know what? I just realized all that travel through Spelljammer stuff took time. That means I need to record it on the calendar. You are now up to a different day. Yeah, I know the day and the date. It's interesting. You guys have not asked about the date or talked about it with anyone. You don't know the names of any months. I guess Coral does.
Coral would, but Jessica does not.
Zartok would. Yeah, no one has asked about it. You don't know what month it is or what day of the month it is or any of that stuff. But I've got it all here in my calendar.
I feel like you're trying to bait us into asking.
No,
it's not going to happen.
Interesting. It's like, why am I tracking this?
Because the things are happening in the outside world and stuff, and you're
they are.
You know.
There's a calendar. It's just that it's you guys care so little. I could just make it all up and not have it on a fixed calendar, and you wouldn't know any differently.
I'm not tracking it.
Tara doesn't really have like appointments or like a birthday in this,
Right.
Oh.
Coral then wants to head straight into town.
Yeah.
You greet your friends here.
Yes.
And begin to make your way into town. And Carcario says, "Hold on, Coral, just a moment here. One more thing. The latest talk in town, you should know, is there are some warriors from the other side of the belt. They'll be making some kind of big announcement in the town square tonight. Everybody's talking about it. I hadn't seen any strangers about, but they must be here somewhere. So keep an eye out for that. That's sometime tonight."
Sometime tonight? I mean, I'm hoping that I'm done with my business by then. But that's good to know. Thank you.
All right. Well, you be safe in there. It's a good city, but, sometimes there's rough folks about.
What's the next town over?
The next town over?
Or you just said warriors from the belt?
Well, the other side of the belt. Like, halfway around the world.
From where are they?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh.
Huh. They're warriors, they said?
That's what I heard.
Huh.
It's just a rumor. You haven't seen them or anything, right? Like, they haven't bothered you?
No, I hadn't seen them. I hadn't heard from them or anything. That's the word around town is there's going to be some kind of announcement in the town square and that everybody's supposed to show up and listen.
So, Tara's, seen maps. What is the other side of the belt?
Maybe I should pull up the map of Jebberorb.
That would be helpful.
Map.
See, we like maps.
Yeah.
Calendars? Yuck.
Yeah, I know. Ugh. Give me a map any day.
All right, hang on here. Let's do share. There we go.
It's like Gimmigan,
So you are at Ronthrak, which is on the eastern end of the High Plains. You can see the canal that goes through the middle of the belt.
Oh,
Yeah.
Everybody see where that is?
Yep.
yeah.
Okay. And they said somewhere from the opposite side of the world.
Hmm.
So that could be Gamagan. It could be.
Ozdazam.
It could be.
No. No.
Last we heard, gosh, it's been too long and I'm forgetting names. What's his face? Lavarian. Last we heard, Lavarian was in Dorvit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's not exactly the other side, but
It's
Yeah,
a ways.
it's a ways.
Is Laravella or to Laravella? That's vampires, right?
That's the Nyogi.
That's the Nyogi. That's right.
Ozdazam is the
Yeah, Ozdazam is the
Yeah.
vampires and pyramids and other weird stuff.
I want to go there so bad.
Okay. So it could be something related to Lavarian, but who knows?
Okay.
Okay, I'll close the map unless you want me to leave it open.
I'm good.
What an awesome map.
Right?
It is really nice.
Yep, that's
So cool.
Sean. I did a very crude version, and Sean made it pretty.
What a guy.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was like a map guy too.
Yep, here's the version I gave him to make nice.
I mean, that's not bad.
Yours
is not bad.
His is fancier, but like,
Well, this is functional.
Yeah.
Yeah, but his is attractive.
I agree.
And if you want, how about this version?
ooh, fancy
Look at that, it
on and
spins.
orb and everything.
Yeah.
Wow.
It is
Neat,
the
huh?
Jebber Orb.
I
Yeah.
like the concept of it being a belt.
This truly is a fantasy world since the worlds are flat. I mean, it's just such a nice fantasy.
I would like to state that Josh's views do not necessarily represent the Tales from the Glass Guarded World as a whole.
What do you mean?
Yep, he's a flat Earth astrology guy.
It goes.
That's Josh.
I'm so into flat Earth, you guys.
Man, I bumped into somebody at work who asked me about if I understood flat Earth and that it could be very well true. It was a very interesting conversation.
Oh
To
boy.
love
hear
those.
that from someone working in education.
Yikes.
Yeah. Having looked at some maps and thought about it, what's the plan now?
I'm going into town. If anybody else wants to come with me.
Yeah,
they're
I'm
welcome.
going to go with you, Coral. I don't want you. Garlos is very important. We want to make sure.
Oh, yeah.
Plus, it's really cool.
Tara's also going.
Garlos is very important. Oh, yeah, yes, for sure.
So important.
He's a member of the crew. That makes him important.
Okay.
And Coral, out of curiosity, you know how you're pursuing. Then I'll whisper this to her, godhood and all that. So you always had the ability to bring people back to life. It's pretty godlike.
I mean, yeah, but I think that's pretty common. I'm not the only one who can do it. But yeah, I haven't always been able to do it, but I've been able to do it for a while.
That's impressive. You think I, or Zartok, or even Terra could harness the power of life bringing?
I mean, it's magic, so I don't know if the Terra could. You know, Terra, you're real special, Terra, but you're not of the magical variety. But I don't know. Maybe you and Zartok could. I've never heard of wizards being able to do it, but that doesn't mean they can't.
Oh, wow. Anyway, I'm sorry. I don't mean to distract you. I know you're on a mission.
I'll settle for doing my best to help people not die.
You do a good job, Terra.
So you walk down the farmer's road through the southwest gate into first the textile district. You know a few places in this city. For example, you know where the city square is. You know that Erzog's shop, the Dragonhide, is to the east near the docks. You don't know the rest of the city very well. I guess, actually, Papa Gaston does. He actually hung out here for a couple days. But who's going? Is it Zartok or is it Papa Gaston that's going?
Zartok's not going, and Gaston's going into the city but he may not go on this little venture, and he doesn't have to be on camera. He's seeing if there are any arrest warrants or people that want to kill him. And then
Okay.
that's all he's doing.
Yeah, wasn't he doing something shady in this city?
Yes,
He
yes,
was.
he was.
No.
Yeah. Why don't you give me first a stealth check for Papa Gaston?
Okay. How do you roll 17?
17. Okay. And now give me an investigation check.
22.
Okay. As far as you can tell, nobody has made any notice of Papa Gaston's role in events that may have occurred in this city.
Wow. So he can come out of hiding now.
If he wants to.
Excellent. Yes, he does. Very flamboyantly.
Okay.
he lets the hood down and emerges with the rest of the group at some point.
All right. So as the rest of you are walking through the city, you suddenly notice Papa Gaston is with you. So other things, let's see. You know that all the main roads lead toward the square in the middle of town, where there is a large keep, Grithax Keep, to the north of the square. The colorful tarps are stretched over the ruins of the old dwarven buildings, and they're flapping colorfully in the breeze. And there are a few buildings that have had more permanent roofs added since the last time you were here. Where do you want to go first? What are you looking for?
I thought we could find one of the temples, because I think Munn mentioned that maybe we could leave Vicious there to get some help. So I felt like we could maybe try to get 2 birds with 1 stone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, maybe a temple of the healer.
Yeah, I mean, I assume they'd have the materials that I need, and maybe they could help Vicious. So we could start there. If that doesn't work, we have other options.
That sounds like a good idea.
You want to ask around, or how are you proceeding?
I don't want to ask around because I have a -2 in charisma, but I can.
I can ask.
Okay.
So we want to find the healer, right? Temple of the healer?
Yeah.
I'm going to saunter up to somebody who looks friendly.
Okay. What kind of person are you looking to talk to here?
Maybe thinking about the older generation being maybe a little bit more of the religious inclination. They look for like an elderly, older man or lady who seems inoffensive.
Not a shopkeeper, just a person walking down the street or something like that?
Yeah, someone on the street.
All right. So you spot there's an old man wearing a dignified suit, and he's strolling down the street with a cane. He's an older orc.
Oh.
And looks like he's out for a morning constitutional, walking around town.
I see.
And you walk up to him.
Hello, sir. Excuse me.
Yes. Hello, Sonny.
Hi, how are you?
What can I do for you, young man?
I am fairly new to the city in terms of locations, things like that. I'm here on vacation, kind of sightseeing, and I thought I would pay one of the temples a visit. Do you know where the Temple of the Healer might be here in the city?
That's all you want to know?
For now,
You're a drow, aren't you? Aren't you a drow?
a half drow. Half.
You don't want to rob me or anything?
No, sir. Do we do that? Is that a thing we do?
Are you joking? Of course, all drow are like that, yes.
Oh, we found a racist.
Oh, everybody, not everyone's cut from the same cloth. I am trying to break the stereotype.
Nope, all cut from the same cloth. Oh, is that your friend over there with the fiery red hair?
Yes, very.
I bet she's starting fires everywhere she goes, isn't she? She's probably trouble.
You know what?
But that's okay. As long as you're not going to kill me or take my stuff, I'll be glad to help you.
Sure. Sure.
That halfling fellow, he looks pretty shifty, though.
Oh, that one, most likely.
Yeah, you keep him over there. I don't want him stealing anything from me.
Yeah. So, Temple of the Healer, my good sir.
So that's your human friend over there, too, huh?
Yeah, very brave, very brave.
Yeah, just between you and me, those humans,
Yeah.
they breed like rabbits.
Oh, cool. Racist against everyone.
Oh,
Awesome.
do they? Do they?
Yeah.
What about orcs?
What about them?
Do they have any kind of eccentricities or?
Oh, we're normal.
Oh, you're normal. Okay. All right. That's very interesting. I'm learning a lot.
Yes. Yes.
I appreciate the knowledge.
Yes, you wanted to know where the temple was.
Yes, yes, sir.
All right. You're not going to go there and kill everybody, right?
No, just pray.
Okay, well, he points with his cane further down the street, and he says, you follow the street around the square, and then you head west.
Yeah.
You head west, sort of in the direction of Outrider, but you don't leave outside the city walls. You just follow it around to the west, out one of the main roads, to the west gate. And just before you get to the west gate, there are a couple temples there.
I see. Well,
Yep, there's a temple of Luthic and a temple of the Healer.
Got it. So around the square, towards the west. Don't pass, what was that street?
Don't go out the gate. Don't go out the west gate.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and if you go out the west gate, then you'll be an Outrider, and that's too far.
Oh, got it. I'll make sure I don't do that. I really appreciate it, sir.
Of course.
and-
Orcs are helpful, kind people, of course. We're normal.
I know, I just learned something new. Also, just between you and I'll make sure to keep an eye out for the Firehead lady.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't let her burn anything.
Yep, I won't. I'll keep a close eye, sir. No worries here.
All right,
Yeah,
maybe
but-
you two will kill each other, and the problem will go away altogether. Well, anyway, I'm going to continue my morning stroll. I hope that you don't hurt anyone.
Yeah, be careful, sir. Don't step on any cracks. Don't trip. It would be quite a loss if...
I've got my cane. I'm being very careful.
Yep.
Good day to you.
All right, have a good one.
A 6th level blight against this guy would probably be overkill, right?
I'll walk back to the group. Man, what a charming fellow. He had some spicy words to offer everybody. He has a unique view of the world. Apparently, drow are thieves and killers. And you like to start fires, Quirrell. Can you believe that?
I mean, no. I mean, I make fires every now and then because I like warmth. Why did he think that?
I don't know. He might be very racist.
Oh, sure. Okay. That's not great.
Aster, I know that sometimes being stereotyped is very hurtful, but you have killed a lot of people and stolen things.
I know. It was, I couldn't really... He seemed very over-the-top racist, but also, he made some interesting points. Sometimes hidden within the vast array of negativity is a slight piece of a stereotype that might hold true, because I have killed quite a few people. That does not mean that the drow are bad, at least from my knowledge.
So did you get directions, or did you just
yes.
learn some level? Okay.
Yeah, no revelations. No revelations here. We walk down a street, across the square, move west, don't pass the gate or you're an Outrider, and that's too far. And then if you just keep walking, you will find some temples on the outskirts of our city.
Okay, west. Mm-hmm. Tara starts walking.
That was a lot.
The worst part is that orc is probably like 32 years old.
Papa Gaston, why did you leave and then come back out of nowhere?
Oh, I was scouting, urban scouting. It's important to get a lay of the city. Because, there's so many factions and they're rivaling,
Well, that's smart, especially with these mystery warriors running around. We don't know what they're doing, so that was smart. Did you see them?
Oh, yes, I know all about them.
Do we see any flyers or anything about this whole speech that's happening later today?
Yeah, you want to look around for flyers. I guess. What are your passive perceptions? It shouldn't be hard to find something if there's something to find.
My passive perception
Corals is really good.
is 11.
18?
18.
Now, you look around, you don't see anything. You don't see any flyers. It seems to have been spread through word of mouth.
Okay.
Okay, so you head west. You walk down this road where the buildings get a little bit nicer. For the most part, larger houses, some manors. Again, most of these are old, ruined dwarven buildings that have had something slapped on the top of them to make them livable again. This whole area had been flooded at some point. And you come toward the west gate, and you do indeed see a couple temples. There is a temple of the Healer, and you can see the staff with a snake twined around it. And then you can also see a temple of some other god. You're not sure who they are. It's not one of the standard deities. It's probably some kind of orc god.
Can I do a check? Because
Yeah.
I'm from here.
What are you going to do? A religion check?
I would assume religion would be the applicable
That's
one.
fine.
19.
19, yeah. The temple is a newer stone structure, not one of the original dwarven structures. It's an orc-style stone structure, and it has a large orcish rune over it. You're not sure what it means, but there's also a statue of a bear, a cave bear, next to it. And you recognize this is a temple of Luthik. Luthik is an orc god of fertility, medicine, women, and helpful service to other people.
Cool.
And then there's also a temple of the healer. It looks like one of the older dwarven buildings. There are some tall columns, square columns out front, and there's a nice tiled roof on top. And you can see some people sort of milling around on the steps outside. They look like they're suffering from minor ailments, and you can see that there are people going among them, providing care.
So there's the Temple of the Healer. That one's a orc god. It's a Luthik. If it's also medicine stuff. So if we strike out at the healer, we can go over there and see what they got.
Yeah, they say apparently orcs are super nice, good people.
They, as in the orc that didn't
Yes.
like anyone else, right?
Yes, the racist orc.
Okay, great.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that seems right.
Thanks for clarifying your sources.
You're welcome to.
Coyle, your passive perception is so high. I'm going to point out a couple other things you notice in the area. There's also a shrine to someone that you don't recognize, an orc deity that you don't recognize. It has a sort of a pillar or obelisk, and on top of it has been mounted what looks like some kind of spelljammer. Not an actual spelljammer, but like a carved spelljammer, replica of a spelljammer. And there's an older orc camped out next to that.
Okay.
So you heading into one of the temples?
Yeah, going for the healer, and yeah, heading into the healer's temple.
So you walk into the temple. There's this smell of flowers in the air, maybe to cover up some other smell. And it's pretty thick, maybe some incense as well. And there are stretchers laid out around the place, around this entry chamber. And then there's a pair of large bronze double doors that are, one of them's closed, one is open. And as you approach them, there's an acolyte standing there. It's actually a young human woman, and she bows to you and says, "Welcome to the Temple of the Healer. What aid may we render you today?"
Hi. I'm actually looking for some components for a spell I'm trying to do, and I was hoping that you might be able to help us.
Perhaps. What kind of spell are you trying to cast?
It's a reincarnate spell.
Whoa, that is quite powerful. I will have to ask the head of our order. That would be Sister Grykon. If you would wait a moment, I will see if that's possible. Could you tell me what it is that you needed?
I need either bogle oil or boiled gray ooze. I've got everything else.
Bogle? You mean boggle? Is it boggle oil?
Sure, that might
Is that
be
what you
it.
mean? Boggle oil or boiled gray ooze. Those are uncommon, but we might have something. Let me find out. And she walks back through the door. Is there anything you want to do while you wait?
Just gonna kind of look around, see if there's anything interesting happening in here.
Well, interesting things happening. You can see there are people who've been perhaps injured in some sort of farming accident. There are people who are ill, and there are other people attending to them. Occasionally you hear someone groan. It looks like there's nothing terribly serious going on in here, but it's like a medical facility.
Okay. I'll just wait.
She comes back a few moments later and says, "Yes, I think that we could arrange these things. I'm afraid they are quite expensive. We do have some, but it would be around 500 gold.
Yeah, that's about what Munn said, right? Price-wise, he said we would be around 500.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, that's great. Tara, I think you're carrying the money.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, we can take care. We can do that.
Oh, she looks a little surprised. Oh, well, all right then. I'll go get them.
Thank you.
All right. I'll use some of the 742 I don't know if you would call it gold.
Sure.
But yeah, that is what it is. It's 742 gold that we got from the wreckage.
Okay, great. So you collect your gold, count out the coins, and she comes back with a couple vials of something that looks pretty disgusting.
Sure.
Some sort of weird black liquid. And she hands them over to you, and then accepts your gold, counts it out, and then bows to you and says, well, thank you for visiting the Temple of the Healer. Is there anything else I can help you with?
Yes. Well, we have a man who's really ill. I don't know if we could bring him here, if you guys can take care of him.
Well, we could certainly have our physicians look at him.
He was captured by the Nyogi, and he was.
Oh.
They were using him to pilot their Spelljammer.
Oh, my goodness. I know nothing about such things, but that sounds terrible. We'll certainly bring him, and we will look. I will notify the physicians to expect this.
Great. Thank you. We'll bring him back.
Very well. All right, so you're heading out?
That's all I have.
Yeah. Those were the things.
Okay. Now what?
Head back to the ship.
We're gonna go get. Let's call him Vic.
I like that. That's better.
All right, you go get Vic, aka Vicious, and you're going to take him back?
About how long does it take to get to and from the temple? Less than an hour?
Yeah, let's say about an hour of walking.
Okay. Coral does not go back with you then.
Okay.
Is there a temple of the Seafoam Wanderer around here?
Should have asked your orc friend.
Yeah,
I could
you
have.
could have asked. Let's see. You don't see a temple of the Seafoam Wanderer, no.
Okay. All right. Then I'll just walk. Take a look. Don't see anything go. Well,
Okay. Tara and Aster and Gaston go back to the ship. What does Coral do?
Well, Coral goes back to the ship, but then she's not going to go.
Back to the temple, with Vicious.
Yes.
I see.
The spell takes an hour, so I'm gonna start the spell while they're gone.
Great. So you begin casting the spell. That means that you have to roll percentile. Now we have a choice here. We can roll on the standard reincarnate table that has the standard species available in the 5e Player's Handbook, or there are expanded versions that have some of the races that have been added over time.
That's more fun.
Available. What do you want to do?
I say expanded.
We'll end up with like human. So let's make it goofy.
Yeah, exactly.
It could be a bugbear.
this will be a very weird experience for Gerlos.
So I need you to roll percentile.
Okay. Do we want to go ahead and do it now or wait for that? Because my idea was they go take Vic back and then come back and I finish the spell as they walk in or something dramatically.
Well, here's the thing. They will have... Going to take them an hour to walk there and an hour to walk back.
Oh, I thought it was an hour there and back.
Oh, no. An hour to walk there, an hour to walk back. Yeah.
In that case, I'll just go with them.
Oh, okay. All right, so Coral goes with you. You carry poor Vicious to the temple. The physicians examine him, and they're not sure they can help him, but they're not sure who else could help him. So they're willing to consider giving him an extended period of treatment, but of course that is costly. And they don't know what will be involved, but for now, they would like you to pay them 20 gold.
Coral gives them 20 gold.
Oh, okay, great. That was easy. They take 20 gold, and they carry him on a stretcher back through those bronze doors into the back of the temple to a quieter area. And they ask that you come check on him in the future.
Oh, good. They didn't give a date or time because, we've got a hectic life.
Sure.
Because we never ask what day of the month it is anyway. We don't
Nope, wouldn't have any idea anyway.
We're like,
In the future.
Come back on Tuesday.
they actually said a month and a date, and we were like, what's that mean? And so we just left.
With our tendency to revisit people, I think it's fine. It works. We will at some point be like, let's go see Vic.
Eventually.
Yeah, it does happen.
We come
No.
back, he's dead.
You return to your ship, and it's now past lunch. It's in the early afternoon. I suppose you better eat something before you begin this long spell.
Sure. Have a quick lunch.
You have a quick lunch.
We set a little meal aside for Gyarlos.
Okay. Ansno wants to watch.
That's fine.
Is everyone else staying there as well, or is everyone else going to just do their own thing while Coral casts the spell?
I'm absolutely watching.
I think everyone would watch this miracle. I mean, right?
Exactly.
Would you not want to watch that?
So I would like to do a few things because I think Gerlos really loved my animals. So I will bring my bird, Alucard,
Of course.
and Sylphonia, and I'll have them all on top of the deck with me so that we can...
You're doing this on the deck?
I was going to do it in the hold.
Okay.
If there's room.
There is room. Well, maybe not for the Pegasus.
Yeah.
Oh, darn.
I mean, I guess you could stand the Pegasus in there, but then there's not much else that will fit in there. She could watch from up on the deck, and you could open the hatches.
Okay, I'll do that.
So, with Alucard screaming, "Kill them all! Kill them all!" you carefully cast this spell. How does the spell proceed? It's an hour long.
It's an hour long. So there's she's got to take some of the oils and anoint the body and, temples and throat and I don't know, all those special places. Not those special places. Went off track there. And
magically important places.
Magically important. Thank you, Mike. That's perfect.
Should we leave? Was this... I think I'm going to leave.
She spreads a circle around him with the oil, the last oil that she got. And the last step involves lighting fire to the oil around him. It's circled around his body.
All right. So Coral's hair begins to dance and maybe turn a brighter orangish red color as suddenly all the oil goes up in flames and just disappears. Roll percentile.
Come on.
Something real cool.
Bugbear.
That is 64. Oh, dear.
Okay. I need you to roll. Let's see here. What does the asterisk mean?
Oh, yes. There's an asterisk.
Okay, just a moment.
Mermaid. Definitely mermaid.
That won't cause any problems at all.
Okay. Hold on just a moment. I got to look up sub-races.
I'm going with Dragonborn. That's my guess.
That would be so cool.
There's sub races for a lot of different races.
Yeah, I just think that would be the funniest option for him.
Yeah.
Hopefully maybe he comes back smart.
I don't know that.
I
I don't think that's how it works.
I don't think reincarnate has that kind of power.
Oh, okay.
Roll a d6.
2.
Okay. So you cast this spell. The oil suddenly disappears in a flash of light, and the magical fire that you've created circles around Gerlos' body. And he glows brightly, almost too brightly to look at, and then his body changes shape, and it shrinks. And laying on the floor before you is what looks like Gerlos, but as a halfling.
Okay.
And he looks pretty much the same as before, just sort of shrunk down and compressed. You have rolled a Lightfoot halfling.
Okay. It's disappointing that it's so normal, but that's all right.
I don't know. I think it's kind of perfect, actually. But
I like it.
he begins moving around a little bit. His arm kind of jerks, and he holds it up to his head. And he says, what happened? Did I kill it?
No. No, you did not. But you did real good.
I feel funny.
Okay, Gerlos, so you're going to be a little different now. It's what we had to do to help you. You're a little shorter than you are.
What?
Yeah, he cut you down to size.
That's...
Oh, no.
That's not... Gerlos, you died.
What?
Yeah, I'm sorry, you
Is
died.
this heaven?
No, this is still the Spelljammer. You're where you are.
You're all in heaven with me?
Nope.
This is really great.
Nope,
Whoa.
not heaven. You're alive again. I fixed it. We fixed it.
Oh. Wow.
But-
you did that for me?
Yeah. But
Wow, thanks, Coral. And he gets up and then suddenly, falls over. Whoa.
It's like a baby.
Take your time. You gotta adjust to a new body, probably.
This is wild. Look at how tall everyone is.
I mean,
I was gonna give you a hug, but it would be kind of awkward.
Coral crouches down. Too.
Okay, well, all right, I'll try this out. He gives you a hug.
She hugs him
Thanks,
back.
Coral.
You're welcome. I'm glad you're back.
Ansno does the same thing, crouches down, gives him a hug. She says, "You idiot! Don't get yourself killed again." And then again, I suppose if you did get yourself killed, we could just do this again, and perhaps you would be something else.
Maybe don't try it, though.
No, let's not. Let's not try it. Let's stick with Halfling Gerlos.
Gerlos, can I shake your hand?
I guess. I think that still works.
Okay, I go to shake his hand and then I pull him in and lift him up for a big old hug.
Ah! Oh, that's nice.
I'm really glad you're alive, Gerlos.
I guess I am too.
I was scared.
I don't really remember being dead.
Was it a weird experience?
I don't really remember. I think there may have been some fruit involved.
What?
I remember eating some fruit somewhere. Yeah, there was fruit and maybe some bread. Yeah.
Was there?
I don't remember.
Was there cheese?
Was
there?
there cheese? Yes.
There was not cheese. I remember
No.
finding that surprising. There was not cheese.
Well, I was gonna say it sounded pretty nice, but without
Or
cheese.
maybe I was thinking of my room when I was growing up.
Oh, that's
I
cute.
don't know. Well, anyway, thanks everybody. What are we doing?
Does he teleport back with his clothes, or is he naked right now?
He's wearing clothes that don't fit him well.
Okay, so he's just in saggy clothes.
Yes.
Oh, we need to get him new wardrobe.
Oh, I have some clothes for him.
Oh God.
Oh, yes.
Awesome.
I think his stuff might fit me.
I do think that is correct.
I think I'm owed some back pay or something, right? I could use that to buy some clothes.
Oh, that's right.
Or maybe you already paid me while I was dead. I don't know. Did I spend any money while I was dead?
About 500 gold.
Oh. Oh, wow.
This is true.
Sarah is very mean.
Wow. I need to budget better.
I'm glad
We
he's
appreciate
back.
your bravery, Garlos, and we're glad to have you back.
Well, thanks. So what are we doing?
I think we're headed to the Artificer next. Maybe if we can figure out how to do that.
Yeah, but do we want to see what these warriors are, just in case? You never know, they could be more heroes and could help us. Maybe.
Or it could be horrible, and we should probably know about it.
That's true. What do you guys say?
Yeah.
My guess is the horrible.
Side quest?
Hey, so Zartok speaking now. So I really feel like it would be best if we didn't get distracted. We stick on point. Yes, random warrior announcement is great, not a problem. Move on to the next thing for us.
What if it's something to do with Laverian, though?
That's why we're going to listen.
Yeah, we're not going to
But
get involved.
Like Zartok says, we're not going to get distracted.
No, we won't.
Okay.
Right, Zartok? You'll keep us on the straight and narrow?
I feel like if the see, you're already tempted. This is the initial temptation. You're like addicted to adventure. Just stop it.
How are you not addicted to adventure at this point, Zartok?
I'm ready for this to be over. I want to go to I don't know, whatever's next for me, and we're so close to accomplishing this, and yeah, that would be good.
What is next for you, Zartok?
I'm not sure, but I think it's going to have something to do with not dying as often.
Sure.
You haven't died once.
I've been very close
Well,
many times.
it's the same.
So why don't we do this, Zartok? Why don't just one of us Or just maybe one or two of us go so the temptation is less. Maybe the ones that really don't want to jump into it, maybe yourself and Gerlos. And you could report back to us what you hear. That way...
No, I'm going.
Oh,
I think Gerlos probably doesn't need to be out and about yet. I feel like there's a learning curve on a new body, but I don't know.
I could do it.
I'm sure you could, Gerlos, but
Yes, that's awesome.
Zartuk and Gyros, unlikely friends.
that's the side quest that we need.
So, who's going to the city square then, if anyone's going?
well, we need
Certainly is.
to address Zartok's concern, no? Can we make the promise?
I thought we did. We told him that we were going to go listen, but not get involved.
Are you okay with that, Zartok?
I can't stop you all at this point. It's like an avalanche. It's just whatever.
Well, what if you come with us so you can pull us back if we need
I'm not going.
Zartok?
Oh, right. Now that Gyros is awake, I want to give him his the lunch.
Oh, yeah.
The lunch we set aside for him.
Oh, yeah, hey, this looks good. I'm hungrier than normal for some reason.
You were dead for a couple days. I think that probably, got some meals to catch up on.
Huh. All right. And he just wolfs down this food that you've set out.
Zartok, why don't I stay with you? That way you're not alone and I won't be tempted to do something silly. How about that?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. You're definitely one of the problems. So
Wait, what?
we split the problems up. Then yeah, we have a better chance of this working out.
One of the problems.
Right?
Okay, so who's going then? Just Tara and...
Coral's going to stay and help Gerlos, and Mama Sass is absolutely going.
All right. So Tara and Mama Sass. Anybody else?
Nah.
This is exciting.
Yeah.
All right.
Stay on the town with Mama Sass.
Nothing could go wrong.
This is a bar fight in the making for sure.
Oh,
This is
For
definitely
sure.
gonna end in a bar fight.
Have enough gold, you should be able to bail us out. It'll be fine.
You proceed back into town, going back through that southwest gate, heading back through the textile district, straight up the road to the city square. This evening, a crowd of people has gathered in this torchlit square, mostly orcs, but also people of other species. A platform has been set up to the north, but there's no one standing on it. A few city watch are milling around the area in their colorful livery, looking bored, and everyone just sort of stands around. Is there anything you want to do while you're waiting?
It's night. I assume shops aren't open.
There are some taverns open.
Yeah, Mama Sass will get a drink.
Okay. You get a drink. You are admired by orcs in the area. You're a pretty impressive specimen of orcness. So they both give you some space and ogle you a bit.
As it should be.
Yes. As everyone is sort of standing around, and it's becoming, I don't know, it's a little bit of anxiety or tension in the air. Everyone's not sure what's going on, but at the same time, people are getting something to drink. It's a pleasant evening. There's nothing really to be worried about. But as everyone's milling around, someone gasps and points, and everyone looks up into the air to the west as a shape comes into view, backlit by stars, and descends toward the square. And as it approaches the torchlight, it becomes clearer what you're looking at. A huge white dragon with a frost giant riding on its back. And the dragon flaps a final time and then slams into the ground, crushing the platform that had been set up in the square. And the giant dismounts and steps forward.
Greetings, residents of Rompthrak. I come from the Grand Army of Liberation in search of your mightiest warriors. We are recruiting from across your world, seeking the best to aid in our quest to free the city of Arta Laravella from the spiders, from beyond the stars. If you are interested in joining this great mission, step forward, little ones. We promise gold and adventure, and perhaps a place in the new order that will be formed when the city is freed.
He looks around at the crowd, which is just standing in stunned silence. He produces a scroll and a quill and an inkwell from his bag, and in his hands, these are tiny little instruments. And he carefully and delicately sets them on the ground in front of him. And after a few moments of silence, he looks around again and says,
Well, is there no one?
and a few orc warriors step forward, and one of them signs the paper, and another one does, and then another. There are 5 warriors standing here looking kind of awkward in the city square. And the giant, again, gestures broadly with his arms, looking around the square.
Anyone else? Is no one else here brave enough to help rid this world of the cursed Neogi?
I have a question.
Okay.
Do I think that this is Lavarian?
I guess make an insight check.
Okay. 11.
11. It looks like a giant. You can't tell.
Mama Sass's just standing there with her arms crossed, watching it all.
Okay. A couple of the guards actually take off their tabards and step up and sign the paper as well.
Ooh, cool.
And with that, the giant looks around one more time.
This is your last chance to join the crusade. There's no one else? Very well. Those of you who have signed the paper, you will be contacted. The rest of you, well, we shall see what the world looks like for your beautiful city when the Neogi are gone.
Yikes.
And with that, he picks up carefully the writing tools, places them back in his bag, climbs on board this massive dragon, and they leap into the air and fly off to the west.
Well, Zartok was worried about us getting wrapped up in something, but it looks like we're too strong.
Yeah. I also don't like the Neogi, but I don't think joining Lavarian's army is quite what I'm ready to do.
After he tried to kill you that time, I feel like that's pretty fair.
Yeah, I mean, enemy of my enemy, but they're all my enemy. It's rough.
Yeah, we'll beat them all. It'll be fine.
I like your style.
All right, so back to the ship, or are you going somewhere else first?
Back to the ship. Unless
yeah,
Tara
we'll go
wants
back
to
to
go
the ship.
somewhere.
So, Tara, as you turn around to head back to the ship, there's an orc standing there. He's been watching the presentation, and you recognize him. And his name is Erzog, and he is just shaking. And he doesn't see you immediately, but you recognize him. He is just shaking. You can't tell if he's terrified or if he's furious.
Herzog, you got to see a dragon.
What? Who? You? There was a dragon.
Yeah.
You did not kill it.
I have a doubt that it was actually a dragon.
What? No, it was a dragon. It flew, and there was a giant on it. I saw it all there. Did you not see that? How would you miss such a thing?
Oh, well, I've seen someone shape-shift into a dragon before, and I happen to know that they got their eyes set on reclaiming Arta Laravella, and I really think that wasn't a dragon.
No, that was a dragon. I could smell it. I almost killed it myself, but I did not. I was a little scared. I must admit. And busy. I have things I must do. Busy. Mostly busy.
I think it would have been a bad idea to start combat with that dragon in the middle of this city square. I think a lot of people have been pretty upset. So I think you did a good job restraining yourself.
It's always fun to get in a fight, but sometimes you gotta think about where that fight is.
But you have, since I last saw you, you have killed dragons, yes?
Well, we've killed Neogi, but not any dragons.
Neogi? Well, that is good, but not as good as dragons. You owe me a dragon.
We're on the hunt.
You are. Who are you hunting?
This great dragon named Lavarian.
Lavarian is a dragon.
In your definition?
Talking to you makes my head hurt.
Man, I get that sometimes.
I'm going back to my shop. When you have killed a dragon, come back to me.
Okay.
And he walks off. And you head back to your ship.
While they're having that conversation, Zartok gets a sharp pain in his head, and he's like, they're being tempted right now. It's happening.
Those of you on the ship, you can see this dragon fly toward the city square and land there. And then a little while later, it takes off and flies away.
Well, that's unique.
Huh. Yeah, I don't see that very often.
So eventually, your crewmates return. Where are you heading next?
Well, what was that, Tara? Mama Sass.
Yeah, well, Tara will let everyone know what she and Mama Sass saw, or at least what she assumed she saw, which is recruiting efforts for Lavarian's army to take back Arda Arvella.
Are we to assume that that was Lavarian shapeshift into a dragon?
I couldn't say.
Oh, well. I hadn't thought of that. That would have been made a lot of sense.
Yeah, I don't know if he's an illusion or if he can actually do that.
He does seem like the talky type, so I feel like if he showed up, he'd want to do the talking and not let this giant guy do it.
That's true, but maybe he's holding his cards tight. I don't know. I don't really understand him because he was so, two-faced.
Well, the frost giant didn't talk like him, so...
Oh, yeah. Who could forget his accented talking? Was that an accent or is that just like a speech impediment?
Particular dialect of talking.
Yeah.
We're going to get so many bad emails and letters for this episode.
Sorry.
From what, California surfer dudes?
I guess I should remind you what you wanted to do next was perhaps go talk to the artificer or maybe see if you could talk to Seafoam Wanderer and find some way to get back to the God's Peak.
Yeah, we wanted to find a way to talk to the artificer, so...
But the artificer is married to Seafoam Wanderer, so
so maybe Aster is our way.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, I've prayed to Seafoam before, but she's talked to me just a few times.
Yeah, maybe you could ask to talk to her husband now.
I can try.
Or maybe both of them,
Awkward.
Because, she might be putting in a good word for us with her husband, so.
Do I have to talk to the artificer?
I mean, you can just have a chat with her while we talk to him, I guess.
All right. I can give it a shot. Just let me get into the mood to pray. All right. I'm ready. Get down. I get Alucard. I feed him some food. Anything inspirational to say to me, buddy?
Glass Guardians. Wow.
That's awesome.
That's amazing. That's exactly what I needed to hear, buddy. And then I'll close my eyes and begin to pray. I know you don't always reach out. I'm sure you're very busy, Seafoam Wanderer. I've recently found out you're married. That's new. But apparently, your husband would be of great help to us as we try to find solutions to help you, the gods, and the people of the Jebber Orb. So, if you could reach out to me, that would be awesome. You could let me know you're there by making my face tingle or something. Are you there?
You feel sort of a warm feeling.
Episode title, Are You There, God? It's me, Aster.
It's me, Aster.
That's good.
I feel a tingle.
You feel a warm glow.
Gotcha. Okay. I don't know exactly how to commune with you. I don't think I have that kind of ability. If you could just point me in the right direction, maybe some wind in the direction we should go to find the nearest temple or something.
Mm-hmm.
A sign. If not, we could figure it out. I don't really know what I'm doing right now.
Where are you when you're doing this?
I went down to where I wanted to sit with Symphonia, where she kind of lays around me. So I'm in the middle of her, and Alucard's on my shoulder.
In the hold or on the deck or where?
I usually keep Sylphonia in the hold, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's very crowded when she's in there. There's not much room for much else. But yes, you can do that.
Yeah, that's where I would want to be.
Okay. Sylphonia is there with you,
Mm-hmm.
and she is your magically summoned steed.
Yes.
And Sylphonia is laying down there, and then suddenly she picks up her head, and she looks off to the east. And Jessica, Sylphonia feels a pull from the mountains to the east.
Well, if this isn't just the craziest thing, I got this sudden feeling off to the east. I think we should go that way, Aster. I think that would be good for you.
Huh? What did you say? I was in deep concentration.
There's a feeling. I'm getting a feeling. It's off to the east. Anything out there that you know of?
Oh, you got a feeling to the east, like a little
I do.
warm pull?
It's an urge to go that way.
Oh. Huh. Hold that thought. If this is a sign, thank you, Seafoam Wanderer. I knew you had my back. People cast a lot of doubts about the gods, but I trust you. You've always been kind to me, and I appreciate all that you've done for me. Anyway, you have a good rest of your day in heaven, or, where you're from. All right. Sylphonia, you amazing steed.
Oh, stop it. It's all you, Aster. I'm just here to assist you, my dear.
Shiver me timbers.
Well, that way, if you say shiver me timbers, yeah, the bird says, kill all of them.
I love my friends. I give Syl like a little side hug, and I give Alucard a little bit more food, and then I head back up to let the crew know that something happened.
Okay. You walk back up toward the top deck. As you pass the hallway, you can see that Gyaralos is there looking a little downcast as the magic mirror is telling him about how ridiculous he looks in his new form and his new outfit. And he's trying to adjust his clothing in the manner that the mirror is telling him to look less ridiculous.
Hey, don't be mean.
Oh, look at this fellow. Yes, he's magnificent. Look at his clothing. Yes, why can't you dress more like him?
Oh, that's not what I wanted. I'll go over to Gyarados and kind of shift the clothes a little bit so that it fits better along his shoulders.
Yes, you should just wear ruffles everywhere like this fellow, and perhaps his new poofy white shirt that he's so fond of. Yes, wear what he's wearing. Everyone will love that.
And then I'll whisper in Gyarados' ear, Don't be too hard on yourself, buddy. You look great. I actually like your whole new look. You'll be quicker. You'll be able to get to places that other people won't get to. And you're just like Papa Gaston now. And he's magnificent.
Yeah, he's pretty great.
Yeah.
I guess I should go learn to be little from him. I guess.
Yeah, you could. And, I just got to tell you, you died before you saw this. But Papa Gaston, he defeated so many of the bad guys single-handedly in our last encounter. So if you have any of that in you, you're going to be amazing.
All right. So you get up on the deck, and Aster tells everyone, are you going to tell everyone?
Oh, yes. So I didn't really speak to Seafoam Wanderer. I don't know how to do that. But she made my face warm, and she spoke through Sylphonia. She made Sylphonia feel this urge to move to the east from here, straight east towards the mountains. Apparently, that is where we would need to go to commune with the Artificer, maybe, or even her.
Sounds like maybe we got another invitation to the God's Peak.
It's very possible.
Yeah, that's to the east. So
Is that
makes
to the
sense.
east?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be the exact direction that we went last time.
Oh, then, yes, we've just gotten another invitation, and we should be allowed to enter, I assume. Sounds like a plan?
So is that the plan then, to head east and see if you can get back into the realm of the gods?
Yes.
Okay, then. So we'll find out what happens next time.
Oh, okay.
No!
Why do you have to say it like that, Mike?
Nothing could go wrong.
Nope.
Not even God himself could stop you.
Uh-huh.
Only deliberation in politicking can stop it.
Yeah. Yes. I want to redeliberate the this issue, this decision we've made. Let's spend another couple episodes talking about it.
Ansna decides that she really wants to participate.
Good radio.
Yeah. Yeah, Ansna has a new idea. Hold on just a moment. Ashley, your voice sounds louder than everyone else's. You're not clipping, are you, in the on Audacity?
Let me check. No, it's not showing me clipping. Maybe I was a little too close.
I don't know. Does everybody else you sound louder?
No.
Just me?
No.
As
Sounds
usual,
weird.
Terra sounds brave and bold and strong.
Yes, maybe that's it. Okay.
You're very staticky.
Oh, yeah?
It's real
Mike,
bad.
your
Sounds
sound
okay to me.
changed.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
nope,
All of a
getting
sudden,
worse.
it got really staticky.
It's horrible.
I'm having some connectivity problems, I think.
There you go.
Well, you sound clear. Very clear now.
First it was Ashley,
Yeah.
then now it's Mike.
Oh my goodness.
They've gotten to the internet. Those round earthers, they've gotten to the internet.
Once again, Josh's views do not represent Tales from the Glass Guarded World as a whole.
We're going to have to stop there because if that's what you're doing, I'm going to have to coordinate stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Plus, I
Is
would.
that not what we were supposed to do? That seemed like the thing.
If Coral had have been at the thing, then she would have suggested somebody join Lavarian's army to get an inside, but Mama Sass isn't intelligent enough to make that kind of
Yeah.
plan.
No, I'm not going to do that.
If Coral had have suggested it to Mama Sass, she would have been down for it.